Zayn Malik's exit from One Direction on March 25, 2015, left millions of fans in shock. The official announcement came through the band's Facebook page, stating that Zayn wanted to live as a normal 22-year-old and take some time away from the spotlight. While the statement was brief, it hinted at the deeper personal struggles Zayn was experiencing behind the scenes. One Direction was formed on the X Factor UK in 2010 and quickly rose to extraordinary global success, becoming one of the most iconic boy bands of all time. Their debut album, followed by a series of record-breaking hits, catapulted them to stardom. However, the rapid ascent to fame brought significant challenges for the group, including grueling schedules, unrelenting media scrutiny, and the pressure to uphold a flawless public image. For Zayn Malik, these challenges proved to be particularly difficult. While fans adored his unique voice and quiet charm, Zayn often struggled with the demands of fame. He spoke openly about feeling constrained creatively, as the band's pop-oriented music style didn't fully align with his personal artistic vision. Additionally, the overwhelming attention from the media and fans left him feeling exposed and disconnected. The relentless nature of the industry took a toll on Zayn's mental health, and he frequently expressed discomfort with being in the constant spotlight. The pressures of living up to public expectations, coupled with the lack of creative freedom, created an environment that Zayn found increasingly difficult to navigate. These underlying struggles eventually played a significant role in his decision to leave the band. In the months leading up to his departure, Zayn Malik gave subtle hints about his growing dissatisfaction with being part of One Direction. He spoke about feeling creatively stifled, as the band's pop-centric music style didn't reflect his personal artistic vision or musical interests. While fans continued to celebrate the group's success, Zayn increasingly felt disconnected from their creative direction. The pressures of being in one of the world's most famous bands also began to weigh heavily on him. The constant media attention, demanding schedules, and the need to maintain a public persona took a significant toll on his mental health. Reports of anxiety and stress became more frequent, and Zayn later admitted in interviews that he struggled with the intense expectations placed on him. He also shared that he often felt like he couldn't fully express himself within the band, leading to feelings of isolation and frustration. These challenges compounded over time, making it harder for Zayn to reconcile his personal aspirations with the life he was living as a member of One Direction. Ultimately, these unresolved tensions and struggles contributed to his decision to step away from the group. The breaking point came during One Direction's On the Road Again tour in 2015. Just days before his departure was announced, Zayn left the tour, citing stress as the reason. The media quickly speculated about internal conflicts, and rumors of tension among the band members began to circulate. Despite public appearances suggesting unity, it became increasingly clear that Zayn's priorities and goals were diverging from those of the group. After leaving One Direction, Zayn gave a series of interviews where he elaborated on his reasons for leaving. He shared that he had felt unhappy for a long time and that his departure was necessary for his well-being. He also opened up about his desire to pursue a different musical direction, one that allowed him to explore his R&B influences and express himself authentically. Zayn's departure had a significant impact on the remaining members of One Direction. Harry Styles, Liam Payne, Niall Horan, and Tomlinson expressed their disappointment, but emphasized their support for Zayn's decision. The band continued as a quartet, but fans noticed a shift in their dynamic and music. While One Direction released another album, Made in the AM, later in 2015, it was evident that Zayn's absence left a void. In the years following his departure, Zayn released his debut solo album, Mind of Mine, in 2016. The album, featuring the hit single Pillow Talk, showcased a new side of Zayn and solidified his position as a solo artist. He embraced the freedom to create music on his own terms, a stark contrast to the constraints he felt during his time in One Direction. Despite his success as a solo artist, Zayn's relationship with his former bandmates appeared strained. He admitted in interviews that he hadn't stayed in close contact with them, fueling speculation of unresolved tensions. Meanwhile, the remaining members maintained that they harbored no ill will toward Zayn and continued to support his endeavors from afar. Zayn Malik's decision to leave One Direction was not just about stepping away from the band. It was a move to reclaim his identity and prioritize his mental health. His journey highlights the immense pressures that come with fame and the importance of self-awareness in the face of such challenges. While fans may never know every detail of Zayn Malik's departure from One Direction, one thing remains certain. His exit marked a significant turning point for both him and the group. For Zayn, stepping away from the band was a bold move to prioritize his mental health and creative independence. It allowed him to explore his own musical style, leading to the release of his debut solo album, Mind of Mine, in 2016. The album showcased his artistic vision and helped him establish himself as a standalone artist. For One Direction, Zayn's departure also marked the beginning of a new era. The remaining members, Harry Styles, Niall Horan, Tomlinson, and Liam Payne, continued as a quartet, releasing their fifth album, Made in the AM, later that year. While they maintained their success, the dynamics of the group inevitably shifted, as did their music. Beyond the music, Zayn's decision to leave highlighted the pressures and challenges of fame, particularly for young artists in the spotlight. His choice paved the way for all 5 members to pursue their individual paths, ultimately reshaping their careers and personal lives. His departure remains a defining moment in the legacy of One Direction. Thanks for watching. Never forget to like, comment, and share the video, and subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon for regular updates.